Good to meet with you, Josh.
Good to meet with you. Thanks for having me.
So if you're dealing with kind of corporate folks that are doing things like manufacturing or logistics or something like that, I think project finance is something that would be deeply interesting to them. Would this actually make it easier for companies to engage in better, cheaper project finance for the big initiatives that they have in their portfolio?
Yes. So the blockchain is, people talk about using it for everything, maybe if it overcomes certain technical challenges, but fundamentally, it's a ledger. It's a way to record ownership and the transfer of ownership. Anytime people are keeping multiple ledgers, and there's changes in ownership, that's a great candidate for the blockchain where there's only one ledger, so you take away all those reconciliation processes and disputes, and you can efficiently transact that change. If you think of project finance, the ability to go out to get quotes to interact with multiple possible financiers, and for their ability to efficiently see what it is they're financing, and for both sides to engage in these securitized transactions efficiently, and then later to get secondary liquidity, all of that's enhanced by blockchain technology because we're all operating from one source of truth that we can trust because of the nature of the way the database is kept.
Okay, so let's go back to winners and losers. Right? Who has the most to fear from this new technology, and where do you see the biggest opportunities?
I think of the most to fear not as categories of participants in terms of functional role in the markets today. I think of it in terms of early and late adopters. Mm-hmm. So fundamentally, retailers should have had nothing to fear from the rise of the internet and internet commerce if they had started getting involved early. If you wait 10, 15, 20 years till there's adoption, it's too late. With this technology, there's constant organizational learning. And the idea that you can ignore a technology and then come in 10 years later and learn what you need to learn is not true. And it's just a misunderstanding of how technology permeates organizations and all the micro learnings and cultural capital or knowledge capital you have to build up. So there's all sorts of retailers who, if they'd started experimenting with online retail in 95, 96, would be in great shape today. But today they're hurting because they're having to catch up. And so I think of the financial industry participants. I divide them out not by banks or custodians or trading desks or investment bankers in terms of who will be hurt and who will benefit. I think of it in terms of who's going to start experimenting with the technology early and who's going to ignore it because everything's great in their life today. And then suddenly they're going to wake up and the world's changed and it's too hard to catch up.